Smudge here again. Well, my peoples, I've got an extraordinary show for you come Monday night. Let me first read the YouTube description in the About page. Hi everyone. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. This channel has been set up to inspire those with a low income to either save money, get out of debt, or prep for any unforeseen circumstances without buying into the whole commercialism aspect of prepping or buying your way out of debt. Part homesteader, part prepper, frugal to boot. Wise beyond her years, allow me to present Prepper Princess. Let me hand her a video camera so you can see some of the thumbnails of some of the content she's created. And I'll talk about, one or two of them. Let's talk about some of her most popular videos. $100 a year on food is possible if you are resourceful. Why you should not go solar. How to save hundreds on electricity. Living on low income, healthy lunch for $1 a day. And her most popular video is called The Terrifying Truth About Retirement. Let's watch just a little bit of that.
Hello friends and subscribers, this is Prepper Princess. We're going to change it up a little bit and this is going to be a bit of a serious video. And this is the terrifying reality of retirement. Now a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about retirement. They think that they're going to quit their job, maybe start a new career or work part-time, and in their off time they're going to go fishing or go golfing, and they're going to be in perfectly good health up until the moment that they essentially keel over and die. And I speak from personal experience with my mother and currently with my grandmother. This is not the way that it happens.
Well, folks, this is a show you're not going to want to miss. December the 3rd, 2018. Stream will start at 8:57. The show starts at 9 p.m. Those times are Eastern. Out on the West Coast, obviously 3 hours earlier. Take care. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Well, I want it over here so I can see.
Okay.
Hi, folks. You know what I'm doing, because there we go. See, you don't see, but the camera that he has me on is right in front of me, but the monitor that he had me on is over there. So I don't know. I can't win for losing. Hey everybody, hope you had a good weekend. Going to have a good time tonight.
Just think if all of those had monitors and we were watching all of them.
You want me to go take a Xanax right now? I don't have any. I don't even think the chill pills I do would help with that. We are going to have a fun time. We're not only sticking with the homesteading, we're going a little bit into the prepping. So I think you're going to enjoy tonight's guest. I've been a lurker for quite a while. And finally, maybe a month or so ago, I figured, what the heck? All she can do is say, nah, I'm not interested. We've had a few do that. And to my surprise, I told Daryl, guess what? We got a prepper that wants to be on our live stream. So, hey, TJ, how are you? So, sit back. Thank you, Rosalie, in Messenger. Okay, I'll look at that when we get done here. So, sit back. We're going to have fun. Hopefully, it'll get crazy. Hope you all hit the thumbs up. Tonight's guest is well worth it. Make sure your questions are in all caps. That helps not only us, but our moderators.
You do know that where Prepper Princess is located, it's still very early. So
yes,
maybe we need to talk a little bit more so she has time to finish her dinner here.
No, go ahead. I'll eat on camera. I don't care.
oh, there I'm not. I'm looking at my screen. And she has a puppy dog with her. We just, we tend to like dogs. Maybe we can ship her two. So, it's 9:04. Well, 6:04 at her time.
6:04 her time.
Yeah, she's out on the Pacific Coast, out where some of my family is. So
And I do want to talk about this, but she must have been fairly close to some of the fires that they had.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was on when Rolling Thunder, and Rolling Thunder is local to us. When she does her chats, Prepper Princess is in there.
Ah, okay.
In fact, that's where she got her Viking hats from that she gave away.
Ah,
So let's bring her out.
okay. There she is. Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
We got her with her mouth full. That's just like a waiter does.
Yeah, they come over and say, "How's your food?"
Sorry, I was a little bit low on time, so I had to pop some pizza in the oven.
You're fine. Oh, look at those puppy dog eyes behind her. Come on, Mom, I want a piece. Boxer, is that correct?
Yeah, he's a boxer, and the vet also said he's part bulldog. So he's either really, really crazy or really, really lazy.
My mother had a boxer. Pretty much the same color, wasn't it? Star was the same brindle color.
Brindle, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, same color. We have Great Pyrenees.
Yeah.
For the most part, we have Great Pyrenees.
Yeah, sitting back there saying, "You're not going to share that food with me?"
That's right. Peaceful Inspirations. I think it's either pizza or garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
It has something to do with bread. That's all we know. And butter.
And deliciousness.
Yes. Rosalie, she is very pretty, isn't she? You think that preppers have to be, old and fugly? No. Welcome to the new era of preppers. Peaceful Inspirations, you having problems with your sound again? You may need to refresh, dear. So make sure all your questions are in all caps. That way we can see it. If we don't, our wonderful moderators will see it. Oh, geez. No, Grizz, they don't make wonderful tacos. Oh, Lord. So how did you get into prepping?
Well, that's a little bit of I'm not really sure. I had the house paid off. A long, long time ago, my mom died and I lost my job within the same month. And I felt really insecure and scared, and I didn't know what to do. And once I got back on my feet, I figured I don't ever want to feel that way again, where how am I going to eat tomorrow? How am I going to take care of this stuff? So I started prepping. That's also the time I started gardening too.
Who was your biggest influence in the prepping?
In terms of other YouTubers, definitely Canadian Prepper.
Okay. Is that what, when you first started your channel, is that what you started as, was prepping, or did you?
I honestly don't really remember. I think my very, very first video was a money saving video, and it didn't do very well. For some reason, I thought I was supposed to get a whole bunch of views, and then I tried the prepping, and then Canadian Prepper gave me a shout out, and then the channel kind of blew up. But I still wanted to stay true to my roots, which was the money saving and gardening, or as you guys say, homesteading. So I started just doing a little bit of each of them, hoping that it would gain some attention, and it did.
So how long have you been doing your channel?
About 2 years.
About 2 years.
Approximately. I'm not sure of the exact amount, but yeah.
Can you share with us a little bit about the non-prepping side? I know that you have some gardening, and you talk about some homesteading, so do you have, but I don't think you have much property. I mean, you don't have like acres.
No. I mean, this is the Bay Area of California. You're lucky if you get 1/10 of an acre. I fortunately live on a tract that it used to be one person who had, I believe he had 2 acres, and it was split into 4 different properties. So my portion of that, I believe, is a half an acre. That includes the front and backyard. Technically, I have the biggest backyard in my entire neighborhood. And over the years, I've been building the soil, working the soil, and making it more easy to garden. And I've also set it up so that it looks like the suburbs, but I'm still able to get all of the produce that I like to grow. And then what I do is I don't do any canning. And the reason I don't do any canning is because I've never had any canned food. I've never had homemade canned food. So I don't know what it tastes like. So I don't want to dive into something if I don't know that I'll like it. But what I do is I have chickens. I've got a really plentiful garden. And then when it comes time for harvest, I have a lot of extra. So I sell it at work. And then I use the money that I got for selling the stuff to buy my own groceries.
Cool. Sounds like I need to send her a care package of canned items.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
I think you'll find, for the most part, the canned item, just think what you would buy in the store and then say, it's better than this.
The only thing I've tried is it's not homemade canned, but it's like canned roast beef and canned, I want to say like some other type of meat, canned chicken and canned roast beef, but it's like the kind you get in a tin can.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it just tastes like tuna fish.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
canning your own chicken, I think is great, or even pork. Is just it's totally different from what you would get like in a store where Star Kiss, your canned chicken of the sea or whatever. It's totally different. And I have I have a lot of fruit that's canned back there, vegetables, jams, jellies.
Well, the really neat thing about it is it doesn't have to be refrigerated. It doesn't have to be frozen. You can just set it on the shelf. You don't have to worry about that stuff.
Right.
Now, I have seen some of your videos where you have a multitude of cans.
They're right behind me.
I couldn't.
Right, so that's not my definition. My current stock of canned goods, I guess you could say. It's all freeze-dried food, usually from Mountain House, Augustin Farms, a couple in there from Thrive Life, and it's all dehydrated food.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
In case something bad were to happen, job loss, earthquake is big in California,
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah, my sister posted a picture this morning on Facebook where someplace in San Clemente, which is where she is, half the road disappeared again. I mean, you can see the Pacific, and you can see part of the road, and the other half is gone.
Did it just sink like a sinkhole?
I asked her if that was close to her and what happened. I haven't been back on to check, but it's like, nah, I think I'll stay here in Ohio and freeze during the winter.
See, that's something that I've never dealt with. I have never been in snow. I mean, I've seen snow and been in it to play in it, but I've never dealt with real snow. I don't even know how to do any of it, anything. That's one of my biggest weaknesses.
So you were born and
we can
raised.
ship her some.
You were born and raised in Southern California?
I was born in Ohio, but
Okay.
then
Really?
my parents got divorced and I moved out here. I went to Ohio every summer growing up, but I was raised in California.
I'm just curious, would you share what part of
I
Ohio?
was just going to ask.
Landon.
Landon.
It's southern western part of Ohio, near Cincinnati. About 45 minutes.
We're 3 hours from there. We're up in the middle.
Oh, okay. Mason, Ohio.
Mhm.
My
Yep.
grandma lived in Mason. Yeah, that's where it was.
Yep.
I'm almost done.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Don't let that bother you. I'll see if there's any.
So what's your favorite thing to grow in the garden? Besides artichokes.
The artichokes I can't kill. Let's see.
We need. Well, if we go out to if we make it to California, we need to stop my sisters in Southern, then go up Highway. Is it 5? Yeah, 5 goes all the way up to Northern, and stop at her place so we can get some of those artichokes.
You're more than welcome. I'll give you the scissors. They're all yours. Take as many as you want. I've had more than enough artichokes for a lifetime. I did have a really good time growing grapes, but and it was huge. It went all the way across the entire fence, and then I had blackberries on another fence, and it was just this giant plethora of grapes. And then right when it came time to harvest, the rats got all of my grapes, and I didn't get one. I haven't gotten a grape in 3 years, but they were my favorite thing to grow because they were so pretty.
We have a problem with the birds up here with our grapes.
Do they poop on them or eat them?
They eat them.
Eat them.
Oh.
And they don't eat a whole one. They just seem to take a bite out of every one there.
The rats get them before they're even ripe. So they'll take them like 2-3 days before you would even go out to get them. And you go out there and they took a whole bunch, like literally a bunch, and they're gone.
I had a real fight with groundhogs this year.
We don't have groundhogs. They go under and they take the roots out, right?
Or they eat down to the roots.
Oh.
Yeah, they. And I didn't know that groundhogs like tomatoes, but they do. At least why the ones here do. Tomatoes, the beans.
They liked everything this past season. We didn't get anything but peppers.
Yeah.
That's all I got out of the garden.
Yeah, we got a few tomatoes, but not even really enough to can.
Mm-hmm.
Our tomatoes are still growing.
Carrie, that's where she's at. She's up in Northern California. Mm-hmm. Rusty Anderson. So how is she a princess? Because she deemed herself a princess. I'm queen. So, there you go, Rusty. Just remember that in March.
Unless she wants
you
to
have
share.
To bow down.
Unless
there
she
you
wants
go.
To,
See?
Unless she wants to share that story about how she became a princess.
Well, I always told my daughter when she was growing up, she was a Jap, Jewish American princess. Okay, that's the thing. Once you get old enough, you sort of grow out of that, and now I'm a queen. Carol will never be one, but don't you give me a look.
So you're a Jack, J-A-Q.
I could be. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I need to do a T-shirt.
So you also have chickens.
Yes, we had 4 chickens. One of them unfortunately got attacked by something, but now we have 3. Oh, that was one of the trivia questions, the name of my chickens.
Oh, we'll come up with another one.
Okay. So chickens, we've got Sunshine, Fuzzy Feet, Bandit, and we did have Bundles. Now we're down to 3. And they were our experiment because we had heard that half of the chickens that you raise will die within the first 6 months. So we sort of just wanted 2. So we got 4 thinking half were going to die. And they all lived for at least 3.5 years.
Doesn't that always happen?
But we treat them like pets. So the egg production that they give us is pretty much just a bonus. And they have so many eggs, I can't eat them all. So I sell those at work too. And
well, they like you there, I'm sure.
Yeah. And their poop makes really good fertilizer too.
Oh yeah, a friend of ours lives Shallows I don't know how many miles, but she has chickens, and that's what she uses in her garden, and her garden is amazing. But,
so do you have a chicken house, or have you engaged in one of these tractors that they pull around so you move them around, or?
Sorry, my mouth was full.
That's all right. I planned it that way.
They have a chicken hutch. It is called, I want to say, a chicken villa. We wanted to spoil them. And we had to separate it from the front of the house. So it's on the side of the house behind a gate so that my dog won't get him. But we can't bring the chicken coop out into the yard. They used to be in the yard. in some of my older gardening videos, you can see them out in the yard because Simba, my old dog, she didn't care about them. But this guy will not only attack them. He has broken the chicken cage and gotten in, and he did attack Fuzzy Feet, but fortunately she made it. So we can't put them in a tract, and we can't really like put them anywhere outside. So what we do is Molly will take them, and they get playtime every day before dusk. Yeah, dusk. Right. And then they tuck themselves in. So Molly will stay out there and play with them until sundown, and then when the sun goes down, they automatically go back to their cage. So they always get playtime. They're happy chickens. They're spoiled too. We spoil every animal in this house.
Cool.
Do you guys have chickens?
No, we're not allowed to have chickens.
We don't have a big enough piece of property.
We live outside of town, but it's what's called a plotted development. So we have enough property, just not enough to have chickens.
Darn rules and regulations. I live in one of those older towns. It's an older town that has one of those laws that never went away, saying that you can have up to 6 chickens in a residential area. You know, it's funny, they talk about like you're gonna get fined and you're gonna get permit problems and all this other stuff. As long as your neighbors are cool with it, the cops aren't really gonna come around. And I found that eggs are really good at bribing people. So all of our neighbors get free eggs, and we get to keep the chickens. So it kind of works out both ways.
Talk to us a little bit about your frugal endeavors. I know you make a lot of videos on saving money and doing things on the cheap, so to speak.
So I am an extreme cheapskate. A long time ago, I don't remember the exact age, but I just paid my bills like regular, and I worked a job. I was in an apartment with a roommate, and I just lived my life like a normal early 20-something person. And at one point, all of my bills came at the same time, like on the same day. And I pulled out, I don't know how many credit cards. I pulled out my credit cards. I pulled out my rent payment. I pulled out my student loans and my car loan, and I added it all up. Why I did that, I was just like, these numbers look really big. I should really like add these. And I added them all up. It was something to the tune of $42,000. And I'm looking at this number, and I'm in my early 20s. I earned $22,000 a year. Looking at this, going, what did I do, right? And the immediate reaction was, oh, like, pardon my French, but I was like, oh, hell no. And I was like, okay, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to do it as fast as possible. No holds barred, all out. I am getting rid of this. I do not like this. And I decided right then and there that I was going to dedicate whatever amount of time I had to my life to completely free myself from this debt. The very next day, I went and got a second job. So I was working a full-time job from, I believe it was my part-time job was in the morning. I was working 8 to 2. And then I went and I commuted to Walnut Creek, and then I was working 3:15 to midnight. So I was working every day from 8 in the morning until midnight for a year and a half. At the same time that I got all my bills, I found out that my roommate hadn't been paying his half of the rent.
Whoa. So
I had to, in the same week, I got my second job. I found that out. I had to break my lease and pay $3,000 and move back in with my mom. Talk about an ego killer, right? You're a young 20-something, you're dating and you're having fun, going out partying, and then all of this all happens within the matter. Whenever something in my life happens, it happens in threes and all at the same time. So I dedicated the next year and a half. I paid everything off. I didn't care if I got laid off from a job. I didn't care what my second job paid. I'm getting rid of this. And not only is earning extra income really important, but the biggest way to give yourself a income boost is to reduce your expenses. So I went down to nothing. I remember I was going into work at Home Depot, and you know how like if your pants are too long and you kind of drag your feet a little bit, the back of the pants will start getting all messed up.
Sure.
Yeah, I had no money, and I had blue jeans and a blue piece of felt, and I sewed a piece of felt to the bottom of my pants so that they didn't come up to the back of my shin, and I decided I was never going to let that happen. So I reduced my expenses as much as I could. And then after that happened, I'm sorry if this is a long story, I was kind of on like a streak, right? So I wasn't tired. I wasn't overworked. I wasn't on burnout. So I just kept going. And then as I kept going, I kept saving money because I had reduced my expenses so low. I just kept having extra money all the time. So I saved it all up. I saved it all. And then I had like $45,000, and then I lost my mom and my job. But I needed the $45,000 to pay off my inherited house because it was done under a living will and trust. So I used that money, paid off the house, started back at zero, and now I'm trying to accumulate wealth again so I can have an income generating property and hopefully quit the rat race as quickly as I can. And I'm still doing that. I'm still on the drive. It's been 10 years. I am still as driven as I was the day I saw all my bills.
Good for you.
I'm just going to keep going until I can't go anymore.
Good for you. That's good. That's good. I love how your dog is just sitting behind you, just very. You still. That's why. Oh, I can just imagine Smudge would have his head over my shoulder drooling. Yeah, Rosanna.
He has, no, don't touch me. He's got a drool that's about to fall onto the bed.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see if he'll speak for us. Speak. Can you speak? Or you could lay down.
Later, Mom.
Yeah, but I can do this.
Well, this is a relatively new dog to you, is it not?
We've had him for 1 year and 3 months.
How old is he?
2.5.
That looks so much like Star.
You think so?
Yeah, except Star had the star in the middle of her forehead, but
Well,
yeah, the
coloring
brindle,
wise, yeah.
Yeah, the brindle. Yeah, that was my mom's dog. Mm-hmm.
He's a nice boy. We got him. He was a Florida hurricane rescue, and they flew him into Walnut Creek at the Animal Rescue Foundation, and we picked him up.
Yeah, Carla just said he was pretty sick.
Rocky?
Is that what, Carla? Is that who you meant? That Rocky was pretty sick? I wonder if that's who she meant.
He was really skinny when I got him, but he wasn't sick.
Okay, that could have been it. I had a question up here, and well, Carla said that you are her mentor, and she is working to get out of debt. That's awesome.
Go, Carla!
Yeah, that's just great when others can do that.
Oh, Carla's talking about Simba.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching the chat on my computer next to me.
Okay.
No, Simba was sick. She drained quite a significant amount of my savings. When I started YouTube, I needed the ad revenue to pay for her medication and vet bills. I couldn't take on a second job at that time. And she did eventually die of her disease.
Oh my, that's too
One
bad.
of the side effects of, Cushing's disease is that they get infections. And she essentially died of an infection. The vet, when it happened, the vet kept giving me all these quotes, and it had gotten up to $25,000.
Whoa, isn't that crazy?
And I told the vet, it was an emergency animal place, and I said, I will give you the $25,000 if you can guarantee me she is going to live through this.
Mm-hmm.
She said, number one, we can't guarantee it. Number two, she might not be the same afterwards because she's developed diabetes too, doggy diabetes. And I said, well, what happens with diabetes? And she said she's going to need vet visits at least once or twice a week for testing, and each
Wow.
test costs $500. And she said that she's going to have good days and bad days. So the infections will continue because we can't get that fixed. And she's going to have diabetes. She could go into a coma at any time. And I said, nope, not going to happen with my baby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to put her down.
I can understand that. I truly do understand that. I found the question. Shade Tree 4x4. Do you feel preppers are misunderstood? I knew there was a question up there.
Yes, I do. I think that preppers are seen as fanatics or not, what's the word? Anarchists. I think that they're seen as anarchists. A lot of times they are seen as people who want the world to end so they can be on, they're the underdog now, but they would somehow be on top if the collapse happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that if you look at prepping from a video game perspective, I totally agree. That's just crazy. If you look at it from a realistic perspective of just having some extra money stored up, some saving for your retirement, saving for any sort of job loss, having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, having some food and water stored, having a fishing license is a really big one, or a hunting license if that's your thing. So if you look at it from a practical point of view, I think that prepping, everyone should be a prepper. I mean, in the 1800s, everybody was preppers. They just didn't call themselves that.
Yeah, I think in a lot of respects, homesteaders also have the prepping.
Gene?
I wouldn't say instinct, but yeah,
Yes.
because they do the canned goods, so our pantry is full. I mean, my daughter-in-law comes over here and she looks at me with these puppy dog eyes, says, "Can I go shopping?" Down the hall she goes into the pantry, But that, we have it there because I know that if anything happens, we're going to have food here. I don't have the farm like Duncan 1900 has a farm, or Red Duchess Farm. They have animals and chickens and all this. That stuff we don't have. But the vegetables, I do. And when chicken's on sale or pork, yeah, I go get it and I'll can it.
Yeah. And
So,
yeah, we have our own well,
yes,
and
thank goodness. I can't
You
stand.
guys are better off than I am with
Oh,
a well.
yeah, I can't. Such a difference when you go into a restaurant, and usually we just get ice water when we go out to eat, and it's like, oh, some of it is just nasty.
and
You
I know
sometimes
that,
even taste the lead.
Yeah,
I know if the power went out or something like that, I mean, people will say, well, you can't do that, but we do have a generator.
Mm-hmm.
I do have enough fuel to run that generator for a number of hours, and I can pump the well and get us more water than what we would
Yep.
need for some time.
yeah.
So,
Country Girl says she loves your scavenging videos. What is the coolest thing you ever found?
Oh, I got asked that on my live chat. I don't know about the coolest thing. I found a lot of strange things. I guess the coolest thing I've ever found is like two $20 bills. I guess that counts as the coolest thing. But I always enjoy finding the fruits. The fruit is always like a plus. Walnuts, almonds, the apples, grapes, all that other stuff. I have found lots of clothing. I've found drugs. I've found, oh, hey, there's a good one. Okay, so I found a gun holster that fits my BB gun perfect. That was a really cool find. It's camouflage. I like that one.
That's
That was-
cool.
Yeah, that was the coolest, or the most unique item I've ever found. I also have a metal detector, and I keep bringing my camera out to make videos with the metal detector, and I'm not finding anything. All I keep finding is fish hooks and bottle caps. Once I find something neat, I promise I'll have a great video for you guys.
I guess you just need to find the fish hook, and then you go fishing with it.
Wouldn't that make a great video?
Sure.
Going fishing, yeah. Dig up some worms with my metal detector, whatever it's called, shovel.
Oh, I was going to say, boy, if you have to dig up worms with metal detector, I'm not sure I'd want to go fishing with them. Yeah.
No.
Is that time? Yes, it is that time.
Yep.
Trivia time.
So,
For those of you that have never been here.
Prepper Princess, we'll give you a couple minute break here. Let's get set up here for a trivia question.
Oh, so I can take a break?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, hi folks, it's trivia time again, and we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay, folks. We've got something. Let me bring me on the screen here for just a moment. We have something a little bit different to give away here this evening. And this is what the trivia is going to get you, a 32 gig flash drive. So if you are the winner of the question, you will get a 32 gig flash drive in the mail from us. So I got to get back to the other screen here. So the first question, unless somebody has questions that I need to go over, if Smudge didn't explain it well enough. Everybody okay there? Because I can't see the screen right now.
Yeah, it seems to be.
All right.
Yep.
Now, obviously, our chat, the one that'll be on the screen, that is the official chat. So, question number 1.
Brenda said hers are all gone. Didn't you buy some, Brenda?
What is the first firearm I ever purchased? BB gun would not qualify as a firearm. What is the first firearm I ever purchased?
No, Pat.
I think everybody's just guessing.
No, Bill. Oh, yeah. That's... No, Susie. No, Stony Ridge. No, Country.
Getting close.
Yeah. Becky's not far off, but that's not enough.
Country Girl's the closest. Oh, somebody
There
got
we
it.
go. White picket
White
fence.
picket fence. 357 Magnum.
All right, white picket fence. Need for you to send us an email. Just send that to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com.
We'll have Red Duchess send you one of his. No. Brenda said they were almost out. I don't know how many they bought that day.
Okay.
That was White Picket Fence. That was their first adult gun.
It's too big for me. But it shoots 38s too.
I was going to ask how you like shooting that, or if you run hot loads through it, or
Hot loads? No, it shoots the 357 bullets and then the 38 and 38 specials.
Yeah.
I don't particularly like that gun. It's a little too big for me. I do want to get a 9mm or maybe a 45.
I would think the 45 would probably kick you just about as hard as what that 357 does, but 9mm.
That might be correct.
Howitzer. Royce's next guess was going to be howitzer. If the 357 is too big, can you imagine the howitzer?
Well, I also have a, oh gosh, I can't, what is that? It's a Russian muslin. I also have one of those. That thing almost tears my shoulder out of my socket.
Yeah, Daniel says you can't have a 357 on the left coast.
Says you. Oh, I think he stole my slipper. Hold on. What did you get? Come here. No. What are you doing? No. Ow. What?
Time to play.
He got one of my giveaway hats. my subscriber giveaway hats. Go on, get out of here. No spinning. Go. Just, you want some milk? Do I have to trick you with milk? Come on. Come on, let's give you some milk. Yes, psych. He'll get some milk later.
Was that one of your Viking hats?
No, they're not Viking hats. They don't have the horns, but
okay.
They are made by rolling through life. And I had a subscriber giveaway. I had 8 of them to give away, and surprisingly, only 4 people have claimed them. So, waiting on the other 4. But
I have to get with her. She's only across town from us.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know where you are, guys. I mean, I know where you guys are.
Right.
Yeah, she'll make anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, never mind. She got mad at me for saying that. She won't make anything.
So,
I did ask her to make me a jetpack, and she said she couldn't. She didn't have a pattern for it.
Oh, that'd be too cool.
okay, so we did open up the phone lines if anybody would like to call in and ask Prepper Princess a question directly, or.
Oh, you guys have a phone line.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Well, this is probably the biggest surprise we have for you, is that we're going to allow people to talk to you here.
Oh.
If somebody wants to call.
Does anybody? What's the number?
It is on the screen. The number is 419-528-8494. And it's your nickel, not mine.
Practical Modern Homestead. Yes, I loved that. In fact, it's sitting on my nightstand, still in the Ziploc bag that you sent it. It's gorgeous. And once I find a embroidery hoop that's big enough, I'm going to make a dream catcher with it, because I have the ribbon to put on the bottom. I loved it. It was beautiful. It's beautiful.
I love dream catchers. Those are cool.
So, Prepper Princess, do you do any crafts?
No. No. I am embarrassed to say I have a sewing machine that my grandma gave me, and I don't know how to use it.
Oh, I don't know if that's an embarrassment. I mean,
I can sew buttons and mend my own socks.
Carla says prepping is her craft. That's true.
There we go.
Yeah, that works.
Prepping and money saving are my crafts.
I
unfortunately keep telling myself, I mean, I work full time, and I keep saying, oh, well, as soon as I, have a day off, I'm going to learn how to do that. Or as soon as I take my vacation, I'm going to take all these classes, and I never do. I know I'm bad. I should.
Country Girl said you can rebuild a scooter.
I did rebuild a scooter. Yeah. Grandma likes to look at it.
okay, we have a call coming in. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hey, Daryl, it's Daniel.
Hi, Daniel. How you doing this evening?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
Pancake Man.
This Prepper Princess know I give everybody a hard time out there in California. I lived in San Diego for 4 years. Beautiful weather. But, I'm working selling stuff all the time. And just the number one that I see a lot of ladies buying right now is the Sig Sauer 938. It's a 9mm. It fits the hand grenade.
So that's a recommendation from a gun salesman.
So the 9mm.
A 9mm,
Well,
Sig Sauer.
Say that again?
938.
Sig Sauer is the brand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write it down.
938 is the model. Now I can hear you, Daryl, just fine, but I can't hear anything else.
You're not hearing her very well?
No.
Turn up your hearing aid, Pancake Man.
My son's dog ate it. You know how I found that thing?
Was this the same one that ate your the cord to the computer?
Yes.
So, let me see.
The cord.
I have
2
a
computers.
microphone that I think I cannot put in because.
Gotcha.
There you go. He said that worked.
Oh, just talking closer?
Well, I also turned you up a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And you know how I found that thing? I had, walking around the yard doing yard patrol, and you know that squealing you hear when someone's ear, the squealing was in the yard. But yeah, I've watched your channel quite a bit. And I really enjoy it there.
I'm not sure if he's talking to me or you, but thank you, Daniel.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know the recommendation there on that. And yeah, I'm going to watch the rest of the show tonight and prepare for more sarcastic comments.
I'll definitely check out the Sig Sauer and see how it works with my hand. It's always about the comfort with my hand.
Yeah, okay, that's what it comes down to with the ladies. It comes down to hand size, and it's the 938 or the 338. With 338 though, that's still a 380.
I'll give it a try. Thank you.
What are mine, Daryl?
All right,
I don't
welcome.
even know what I have two. I don't know what they are.
You have a.
I have a revolver.
Yeah. Yes, and you also have a Ruger LCP.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys are going to have to come over here when the weather gets nice and do some shooting. I'll show you some other guns.
You mean in August?
Sure.
When the sun finally comes out in Ohio.
Yeah, we are in Ohio.
Yeah, it's got to be sooner than that because the dandelions only stay up so long.
Oh, that's right. Those come out in the spring. That's when I can make my jelly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Daniel, thank
All
you
right,
so
thanks,
much for
guys. I'll
calling.
be watching.
Thank you, Daniel. We still have to do lunch.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Get some breakfast too.
Oh, there we go. We'll just go right next door to
Yeah.
where you work.
There you go.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
All right.
Talk
Good
to you
night.
later.
Bye.
Okay, now the phone line is open again. Whoever was trying to call. Somebody said it was Grizz calling. Don't answer. Who said that?
You guys have a pretty good relationship with your subscribers. Well,
Yes, we do. Yeah, we do.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hi, this is Carla saying hi to Prepper Princess.
hi, Carla.
Hey, I live in Ontario, Southern California, so it's freezing right now for me. I just wanted
Yeah,
to
it's
say,
all the way down to 45.
Woo.
I binge watched all your stuff. I came over from Tessie's show. And, interestingly, I've been saving money and doing everything you say. I actually was able to bail my in-laws out. They were having their home foreclosed on, and I was actually able to go and fix that for them.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty good.
That's fabulous.
That is awesome.
Stuff.
That's fabulous.
Kudos to you for doing that.
Oh, did she hang up? Uh-oh.
No, I'm here.
No, she's still
I'm
there.
here.
Oh, okay. No, Carla, that's awesome. That's great. So you took some saving suggestions and you used what you could, and you were even able to help out a family member. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, they were getting ready to lose $250,000 of equity.
Oh
So
my gosh. So
me
maybe they
doing
need to
that
start watching my
basically
videos.
saved them. So thank you for all you do because it really does make a difference.
Oh, you're so welcome, Carla. Thank you so much. You're very nice. Thanks for saying such nice things.
Anytime. I watch you always.
Oh,
That's all I
thank
have.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Thanks for being here tonight.
Yeah, glad you could stop by tonight.
I'm going to be smiling all week on that one.
Cool. That is nice. That is nice.
right.
Shade Tree
Take care,
4x4.
guys.
Shade Tree 4x4 asks if you're cold, Princess.
Yes, I'm always cold.
It's freezing. It's 60 degrees in California.
That's freezing for us.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Does that sound sincere? I am so sorry. That's why I tell my sister I'm really sorry to hear that, Linda.
It was just into the 60s yesterday, and,
Yeah.
and we could wear shorts outside.
Yeah,
But today it's snowing.
yeah.
You can wear shorts in 60 degrees. For us, that's long johns and sweaters and caps and ski coats.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you can bask in the sun at 60 degrees.
Yeah, Daryl's daughter and son-in-law and the 4-year-old grandson came up yesterday because our first night of Hanukkah was last night. So they came up for our little first night of celebration. And Daryl and Stephen were outside, and Stephen had the chainsaw going, and they were cutting up some wood. It's like, it was beautiful outside. Not today.
Hello, this is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hello.
Okay, let's try that. Okay. Okay,
Hello.
there we go.
Hello, Sherry. Hi. Hello, Daryl. Hello, Princess. How are you doing?
We're
This
doing
is
fine.
Rosalie
How are
Rose.
you?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
Now I can.
Okay.
This is Rosalie. How are you doing this evening?
Just fine. How are you?
Oh, I went back to work today, but somebody dropped the ball and they didn't get the note that I was supposed to be on light duty, so I'm hurting tonight.
Oh, that doesn't help. That doesn't help.
No.
Is it colder down there than it is up here? Probably.
Rainy.
Yeah.
Rainy here.
No, it was.
I just want to tell Princess that I'm looking forward to binge watching her channel. I just subscribed to it, and I am a penny pincher. I made the joke. I pinch pennies so hard Abe Lincoln jumps off of them. But this old dog can always learn new tricks, so I'm looking forward to binge watching her videos and seeing if I learn some more tricks.
Great. And if you have any tricks you're willing to share, please comment in any of the videos. I read every single comment in all of the videos.
The number one thing you can tell people, this is the first trick my grandmother ever told me. If you don't have money hidden under the mattress, don't go shopping.
Exactly.
I like that. That's cute. I like that. I saw you posted that. I like that one.
Yep. So, yeah, she raised 10 kids during the Depression, and her husband went off to World War I, and she was stuck raising the kids. And she did the canning, the foraging out in the woods, mushroom hunting, berry picking, and all that. They only went to town for sugar, coffee, and Grandpa's tobacco. Everything else they grew on the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for Daryl, it would have to be cigarettes and coffee. He doesn't put sugar in his coffee, so we're safe there.
Yeah.
Well, Grandpa used to say what keeps America going is caffeine and sugar, so.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh.
But that's all I wanted to say. I look forward to getting to know you better and hopefully learning new tricks. And you guys have a good evening. I'll keep on watching through the YouTube.
Sounds good,
Talk to you
Rosalie.
later.
Thank you for calling in, dear.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, the phone line's open again then.
Jump off. She can see. She sees the chat. She has the chat up on her computer.
Yeah, I keep, when I'm looking over here, I'm reading
Yeah.
everybody's.
Yeah.
Jump off A. Dilly dilly.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please? Hello, who's calling, please?
This is Bob. I'm getting started on homesteading. It's the Little Grizz.
It's the Little Grizz.
Oh, we in trouble.
There can't be more than one Grizz.
Oh, that's scary. Grizz, you have a brother.
No.
You don't do Chinese
no.
chicken, do you?
Oh. I just called in to say hello, and since Grizz won't call in, I'll call in for him.
Well, he called in, I think, was last week.
Yeah.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Yeah. So I thought.
No, mister.
Yeah, I heard about that right there. Well, actually, I was on live stream when I heard Grizz call.
Yeah.
And actually, I hung up on him first time, didn't he?
It probably. I think the connection wasn't very good.
Oh. Yeah, I just calling in. Has she ever tried the district judge? It's a pistol to shoot shotgun shells, and I think it's 45s.
What's the name of it?
The district. It's district judge.
No, I've never tried it. I've never even heard of that one.
It's a, I believe Taurus makes it, do they not?
Yeah, Taurus makes it.
Yeah, Taurus makes it.
It shoots a 45 or 410 shells, and I think it's 45s.
Yeah,
and it's perfect. I mean, it's not much bigger than 9mm, and it's a revolver.
Yeah,
And
I have a preference of revolvers, and my 357 is a Taurus, and I've had zero problems with it in 15 years. So if I can find another revolver that's smaller in size, made by a Taurus that fits my hands really good, I mean, I'll definitely grab one. But I can, next time I go to the gun shop, I can ask them about that. But I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't think
excellent.
I don't think you'll find that it fits your
Excellent.
hands very well though.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm all about the comfort on my hands.
Yep. But it's.
But I can try it. I'll give it a try.
Oh yeah, it's quite a pistol by all means. If you have the opportunity to go shoot one, do so.
Oh yeah, I had a great time shooting one. I had made a mistake of putting a slug in it and shot it. That wasn't a good idea. That almost broke my hand.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you can buy 410 slugs for deer, and they, in a little pistol like they're there, it kicks your butt.
Wow. So you can go deer hunting with the revolver?
No, I didn't go with that right there. You can get slugged for the shotguns, and you can also put them in this pistol.
This pistol uses a 410 shotgun shell.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was misunderstanding earlier. I got it. I'm good.
Yeah. And yeah, we was out there, and somebody said, "Well, here, put this in there and shoot it." I shot it, and it dug them all through my arm, everything. It was like a shock. I was like, yeah, I gave him a cussing. Well, I ain't gonna say what I said, but. And Purple Princess, when are you gonna get the heck out of the city of California?
As soon as the taxes stop bleeding me dry. How's that? I'm in the process of saving money to buy a second property. I've spoken with my brother about possibly moving. The house will never, ever be sold, but we can rent it out. It's not rental ready. It doesn't have an air conditioning unit. I need $15,000 for that.
Wow.
It needs new flooring. And then it would go for a good penny. But right now, it's either save for a house or buy an air conditioner. So my primary objective is to get that income property and then use that income to go towards improvements on this house and then get another house. And then I would move. I'm hoping to do it by age 44. But the city that I live in has become too big for me. The people who live here are, I'm considered a complete oddity, and I'm very strange compared to most people in California. And I know that I don't belong here. It's just a matter of being strategic and practical and making sure that I do it right so that I don't make any mistakes and have to come back. So your answer, I guess, is as soon as I possibly can.
Oh, you'd fit in really good here in Kentucky.
I have relatives in Kentucky.
Yeah, I was on the live stream earlier, and I typed in something, and I think it was slightly redneck, and somebody popped in and said, "You're not slightly redneck. You got blood running down your neck right now."
I think I've got some redneck in me too. I'm pretty sure.
All right, well, I'm gonna let y'all go, and good talking with y'all, and I'll see y'all later.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for calling in.
Thanks for calling.
Thank y'all.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Prepper, Autumn McDonald has asked, how can you save money when you're on disability? She'd like to go debt-free, but she's on a limited income.
That's a tough one. It's pretty much a matter of working the numbers. I know several people who are on disability and are able to make it. If you have relatives you can live with, that's probably the best thing. You might have to go to food pantries, but there are a lot of places in the Midwest that you pay, you know, $400 a month. I know disability runs anywhere between $700 and $1,400 a month, with the average being $1,243.
Hello?
But oh, is somebody?
Yeah, I have somebody on the line. I asked them to hold here while you
Sounds
finish.
like Sammy.
Oh, okay. But yeah, you would definitely, the primary thing, you would have to have the cheapest possible place to live, even maybe rent a room or take on a roommate. If, you know, if you're disabled, see if you have any skills where you can, what's the word? You know, make a second income, like Wanda rolling through life. She crochets. Can you crochet?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good at artwork? Maybe you can do something that's like really fancy and fun with like bottles and cans. I've seen people make chickens out of bottles and cans, like artwork. Maybe you can paint. Maybe you can, you know, what's the word? Upcycle. So you find free things on Craigslist, you fix them up, and then you sell them. Just tiny little things that you can do to make any extra money. But if you already have debt and you're on disability, it's going to be a really long and difficult road. You have to, you know, cut out the cable. Even if it is your only form of entertainment, you might even have to cut out the internet and use the public library.
Mm-hmm.
Just minimizing your bills to the absolute bare minimum is what you have to do. It's what you have to do. It's the only way to do it.
Okay, let me see who we have on the phone here. This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Guess who?
I was right.
Guess who? Is this?
It's Sammy.
Well, hi, Sammy. How are you?
Good.
Do you have a question for Prepper Princess?
I think Mom does. Here.
You said you wanted to call. I think she just likes hearing herself on the computer.
That could be. I mean, that'll work.
What was the question you wanted to ask her?
Vicki, they're asking Sammy how the rabbits are.
Oh, they need to talk to you. They're asking you about your bunnies.
Prepper Princess, let me give you just a little bit of a backstory on this. Sammy had a rabbit that was it was killed by some predator, and she and her mom and brother, I think, have a homestead out in Missouri. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. And so she was talking about this on one of our live streams, and instantly people just started pouring in some donations, and it turned out that we got her a rabbit, some feed, some a hutch, all kinds of crazy things. So
that's adorable.
So anyway, we just enjoy her. I think how old is she? 11?
Yep.
Yep, she's 11. Okay. So Sammy, go ahead and ask, and we got a couple more people wanting to call here.
Come on. Ask your question. You wanted to ask her what the favorite thing was in the homestead.
Prepper Princess, what's your favorite thing on the homestead? Like to
My
do?
dog. Did you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Sammy, Sammy, did you hear her?
No.
She said her dog.
Yeah, we have 3 dogs. We have one bull heeler, one old English bulldog, and then we have a Great Pyrenees Anatolian.
I like all of them.
All of our chickens are living past 6 months too.
Good. You didn't
Only
kill them.
got
I didn't kill
40.
mine either. I'm so happy.
Only we have 40, not 4. We just got 2 ducks today.
Wow. That's a lot of chickens. What do you do with all the eggs?
Yeah. Well, we give it to our neighbors, Plus, we cook eggshells in the oven, and we make scrambled eggs, and we put the eggshells in with the scrambled eggs, and then they eat that. Right
Do you
now we
like
have like
scrambled eggs?
7, 8 dozen.
You have 7 or 8 dozen eggs right now?
Yeah, every day we're getting 9 and up eggs.
Wow.
Wow. You got me beat, that's for sure.
Do you use them all, Sammy, or do you sell any?
We don't sell any. We were thinking about selling some, but there's no one really close to us that we could sell them to. We mostly give it to our neighbors. Our neighbor.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure your
Everybody
neighbors
has
appreciate
chickens around
that.
here.
Okay. Well, Sammy, thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, Sammy.
Yeah, we got a couple other people that have been trying to call here, so
Okay.
so we will talk to you later.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye,
Take care.
Sammy.
Bye.
How old?
11.
11. She's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please? This is Daryl. Who's...
Hello?
Hello.
This is Stony Ridge Farmer calling.
Well, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Josh, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Well, you're about as far away from our guest here this evening as you can get, I believe.
Yeah, see, she's from California.
Yep.
Yes. Prepper
Yeah.
Princess, are you familiar with Stony Ridge Farmer?
I've seen some of his videos. I didn't know where he was located though.
Yeah, in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. I have a friend there.
Yeah. Pretty cool place. Very, very nice place. I've got a couple questions for you. Are you ready to
Sure.
fire them off?
Go for it.
So, I've honestly never seen your channel. I wanted to know how much land are you prepping with? Are you prepping in your home, or are you in a? So what type of setup do you have? Can you describe your setup for folks that have never seen you?
Sure. I live in the Bay Area of California in suburbia in a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house on approximately 1/4 of 1 acre. The majority of the acreage, I guess you could say, the 1/4 of an acre, is in the backyard. The front yard, I just keep it looking like suburbia. And I do have a couple of gardening videos, but I do my prepping, I guess you could say, in my backyard or in my prepping room, which is this room that I'm in right now. And money saving doesn't really require any space.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I have my favorite ex-girlfriend lives in the Bay Area.
Favorite ex-girlfriend.
So I've been out there. I've been to Alameda in the Bay Area out there a few times when I lived in Utah. So traveled out that way. Beautiful, beautiful place, for sure.
It's nice. It's just getting a little bit overpopulated at this point.
Yeah, I would say so. A good friend of mine was an Oakland cop. He was a police officer in Oakland, which I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But I hear Oakland is really cleaning up out there. Is that true? Oakland is kind of becoming the suburbs for the wealthy now. Is that right?
No. No. Oakland has there's really only 2 sides of Oakland. There is the really, really rich side, and there is the really, really poor side. And there's not really anything in between. The rich side, maybe they're doing some new building on the Oakland Hills or the part where the more rich homes are. But when I say rich homes, I mean $10 to $20 million homes. And then when you go on the poor side, you're looking at, in Oakland, a poor person would be a $500,000 house. But it's crime, drugs, dirty. I don't know where your friend's been working, but I don't even go to Oakland. It's too scary for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Oakland and
That's
Stockton
very-
are the worst.
Yeah, that's kind of what I hear. And again, I said I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. There's a lot of bad stuff there, and I don't understand the bad people part. I find that I feel like most people are good people deep down inside, but a lot of people get caught up, I guess, in bad situations out there. But anyhow, where you live, so how do I describe this? How do I ask this? Where you live, I guess, kind of limits the amount of things that you can grow on your own. So do you shop at a particular store to get your organic stuff to save back for prepping, or what's the biggest piece of advice you could give somebody that is new to prepping?
New to prepping. Okay. Well, your first question, produce. I buy from a place called Imperfect Produce, which delivers to my house once every 2 weeks. Costs me between $20 and $25. You do have the option to buy organic or non-organics. It's completely your choice. And those are where my fruits and vegetables come into play with the ones that I don't grow myself. When it comes to prepping, I have a store it and forget it mentality. I don't know, if you've never seen my channel, this is my prepping closet behind me. I'm trying to get a good thing here. And that's yeah, it's not that deep. It's about 3 feet by 4 feet, but it goes all the way past what you can see on the ceiling here. So it's, that closet is 2 years worth of food for 2 people, and it's not the only closet that I have, So I guess I'm a lazy prepper. I just want to set it and forget it and not deal with it. I do have medical supplies in that red thing behind me. And this whole secretary that I'm sitting in front of is full of stuff too, but I'm just lazy when it comes to prepping, and I'm also practical. So I just bought it once, I put it away, and it doesn't expire until 2050. So I don't have to worry about it.
Cool. Interesting. Well, I thank you. I'm sure there's other people that want to come in and check you out and talk to you and stuff like that. I want to tell you something pretty funny, because I searched you on YouTube, and as soon as I typed Prepper Princess, the next word that automatically populated was bikini.
I did do a fishing in a bikini video a long time ago.
Well, evidently that's a popular one, because YouTube jumped right on me and was like, yep, this guy would like Prepper Princess bikini video.
I did that for a subscriber who gave a $100 donation back when I needed medication for my dog. And he requested, I said, I'll do whatever kind of video you want. I don't care what it is, as long as it doesn't involve nudity. And that's what he requested, so I did it.
Fishing in the bikini. That's pretty funny. If I fished in a bikini, I would lose 80% of my subscribers.
Well, technically, I didn't do it in a bikini because I don't own a bikini, but I did show what he wanted to see, which was my stomach. So I did that, and if you watch the video, you should watch the video. It's kind of funny. Rocky, no.
Well, if I showed my stomach, I would lose probably 90% of my subscribers. So they'd be like, "Why is that guy got a sweater on still?"
Oh gosh. Fortunately, I didn't have that problem.
Yeah. Well, it was very good talking to you. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity, and good luck with your channel. Good luck with everything.
Glad you called in, Josh.
Yeah, thanks
Thanks,
for
Josh.
Yeah. You guys take care. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let's do that other.
Yeah, I want to do the other trivia, but before I do, I know there was a question that All Sorts posed here a while back, and I can answer because Prepper Princess already addressed it. She asked if she does any canning.
I answered. Go ahead.
Oh, you answered in the chat. I missed that. So.
Go ahead.
But anyway, no, she does not, at least while it's at present. Well, maybe that'll change where she'll do a little bit of that with out of her garden. But anyway.
Oh, I do can my own jams and jellies from foraged blackberries, just not like vegetables and meat.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
water bath canning is what I do.
okay. So let's go ahead and do another trivia question here. We'll give you another little break.
Yes, Daniel.
Well, hi, folks. It's trivia time again. And we have to have some rules for this, so they are as follows. Number 1, you can only win once every 4 weeks. Number 2, you must be the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat window as it appears embedded on the screen here. Your chat window may have a different order. And number 3, you have to send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com. Send us your mailing address so we know where to send your winnings. Good luck.
Okay. I think Smudge is finished here. Nobody has any questions. Well, let me do this again, just so you know what you're playing for. Okay. This is what we've been known for, giving away $2 bills from Two Family Homestead. So that's what you're playing for on this trivia. We will.
Can I play? I bet I'll win.
I bet you will too.
Well, Prepper Princess, I'll tell you what. You can play next week.
There you go.
So, this one is a $2 bill. And let me get the question back up here. And the question for this one is, what mutant vegetable bushes will not die in my garden?
What's this pancake business? Did I miss out on a good inside joke?
Oh, look. Carla.
Carla Walden.
Carla won.
Carla won.
That was fast.
Okay, Carla, need for you to send us send an email to twofamilyhomestead@gmail.com and give us your address, and we will get you a $2 bill in the mail. So, folks, it's been a little bit over an hour. Prepper Princess, do you have a little bit more time, or?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. We'll keep the phone line open again then, because we've had a number of people call in.
And actually, this is our last $2 bill.
It's our last $2 bill.
We haven't decided if we're going to continue on with it or not. So that's the last one I have in the drawer.
We're finding that we need to be a little bit more frugal here.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Vicki, I said that before the show. She can send them right over here. I have no problem with that. They'd go real good with the pomegranates I got from Jen. Those are good.
Yeah, I'm aware that we talked about that at the beginning of the video, but that just had I just gave people the opportunity to make sure that they had the answer. They just didn't know it. Good.
Yeah.
He was giving you a hint.
Uh-huh.
So we can maybe do another one, but we'll see here. All right, phone line is open if anybody would like to call in and ask Prepper Princess a question.
Thank you, Josh. We'll get $1.70 of that.
No, be less than that. Get $1.30 of that.
There we go.
$1.40.
Gris says get Monopoly $100 bills autographed by Two Family. Yeah, that'll go. Oh.
Well, Jim, we could take that out of our Patreon fund if we had any Patreon members. So maybe you just need to jump right over there and sign up.
That's cute. Yeah, I agree with you, small town southern home wife. This has been a very interesting evening. I've enjoyed it.
Me too.
Stony Ridge Farmers asking if you're married with family and kids.
Oh gosh. Not sure I don't think that person's watched my channel. I have a girlfriend, and I have no children, and I do have family. I have a brother and his girlfriend I consider family because I've known her since I was 10, and they have 4 children, and I consider them to be my, you know, I love them just as much as if they were my own.
Carla, Homestead Tessie has been invited several times, and she's not interested. She has reasons that she doesn't want to be on, so.
No, mister.
I'll leave it at
Sorry.
that. Somebody wants in. Mama Grows is asking, would you rather eat fish from a city river or weeds from the sidewalk?
Well, that'd be a tough pick now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Ugh.
Let's see. Do I get to wash them first?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I would say the sidewalk, because the fish will be pumped full of mercury and who knows what else.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and salads are good for everybody.
That's true. And PG Nanofarm is asking, what are the practical practices to get away from paycheck to paycheck?
To get away from paycheck to paycheck,
yes.
It's always the first thing you should do is pay yourself first. Even if it's only $5 or $10 that you put in a sock in the bottom of your sock drawer, you know, eventually those small dollars will start adding up to big dollars, and then you'll have an extra paycheck. Also, you know, there's also the latte factor. Stop drinking lattes out. Stop. Whenever you go to a gas station, do not go inside because you'll get ripped off with anything that you buy. You can make sure that you drive the speed limit and add the correct amount of air to your tires, the right tire pressure. That'll save you on gas. It'll save some money. Make sure your air filter is clean. You can make sure you bag your own lunch, of course. But gardening and fishing or hunting for your own lunch is even better. It's just small, tiny little steps that'll save you $5 or $10 a week that you can put away and save for later.
There you go. That's a good way to do it, Josh. You're right.
I know.
This is Daryl. Who's calling, please?
Hi, my name is Lynn.
Hi, Lynn. How are you this evening?
I'm doing great.
Hi,
Lynn.
Yeah, I was going to say, Prepper can
Hi.
hear you.
Hello, Prepper. I have 2 questions for you. Number 1, when do you plan on doing additional cooking videos? And the second question is, when you did the floor project, that was absolutely amazing that you did that in like one day. You painted the room and put the floor down. Can you explain a little bit how that floor project worked and where you got the expertise to do the cutting of the tiles? Did you have some type of saw, and how you went about doing that?
Sure. I'm sorry, what was the first question? Oh, I'm a little distracted.
On doing additional cooking videos. You're very impressive with everything that you do and extremely motivating.
Oh, thank you. Ow. Okay, I might have to put him out again. So he wants to play and go for a walk, so I apologize. I already filmed a cooking video, which I'm thinking I'm either going to upload tonight or tomorrow. And I'm going to continue with the cooking videos because a lot of people have been asking for them. Can we go back to the second question again? The second question was the flooring. Okay, so I got my flooring at Lumber Liquidators, and flooring is different than it used to be back in the day. So it's a lot easier to install. It's a lot... Okay, just one second. Get your... Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, sorry about that. So the flooring it was really cool. They give you this like bar, and all you really need is like a hammer, and it's pretty much snapped together. So you just, you click it into place, and then you just give it a tap on each side to make sure that it all goes in together. And then you know, I started, I think, at the far end of the room, and then I worked my way towards the camera. And I have it's not a table saw. It's a, you guys know I'm horrible with words. It's the saw that's like, it's round, obviously, and then you push it down. Daryl, you should know this one.
Just
you push the saw down.
Just a circular saw?
Sawzall? No, it's not a saw. It's probably, yeah, it's a circular saw.
Is it a miter saw?
A miter saw?
Miter saw, yes, miter saw. Thank you. And so I just did the planks were like, I don't know, 2.5 feet by like a foot. And I did it so that I only had to cut the side. I didn't have to cut it long ways. So I got lucky because it was just exactly the perfect right length for my room. And I only had to cut it on the short end. So that's the only saw I have, by the way. So I sawed it at the end, and then they just clicked right into place. Luckily, I guess I got lucky. And they were only, I think it was like 89 cents a square feet. It was really cheap. And that room, when you walk into it now, it looks like you've got like solid mahogany wood floors that are beautifully colored and all this stuff. What you don't know is that if you were to take like, you know, what is it, a crowbar, and just pull one up, there goes the whole floor. It just all pull up, and underneath is just an ugly cement color or something like that. But yeah, it's super easy. Don't be intimidated by it at all. And if you go into like the lumber place, they will even like, they'll give you a demonstration of how it works. It's like the easiest thing ever. It took me a long time, but that's only because I had never done it before. It's not hard at all. And I'm not smart. I mean, I might be smart, but I'm not like a carpenter. I can change a faucet, and that's about it.
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. What you had done was amazing. And additionally, the kitchen renovation that you did was unbelievably incredible as well. I mean, the cabinets and turning that around. The peel and stick that you put along the wall, I've forwarded that video to a couple of friends of mine so they could see. Is that staying on the walls, the peel and stick in the kitchen, or are you having problems with it coming apart?
No, so far so good. It hasn't had a single problem at all. The peel and stick I got at Home Depot, you got to be careful though. The peel and stick, some of them are like $50 a 6-pack, but then you have one that looks almost exactly like it that's like $5 a 6-pack, and that peel, I mean, it looks beautiful and it works amazing, but it is so cheap. I mean, and so easy. All I did was paint the cabinets, and I spray painted the handles, and seriously, peel and stick tile, I mean, a 5-year-old could do that, and I did it wrong. You guys saw me do it wrong. I put it on backwards. But yeah, I mean, it's so easy. It's literally peel and stick, and I haven't had any problems. It hasn't even drooped a little bit in anywhere at all. And it's really good because I have it over the stove. And when I'm cooking greasy stuff, if it gets on the, the peel and stick tile, it just wipes right off. I used to have, just like regular paint or whatever behind the stove, and cleaning the stove was such a pain in the butt. But that peel and stick tile is super easy to clean.
Well, fantastic. Hey, keep up the super job, and you're extremely motivating. And I'll tell you, I'm definitely going to start subscribing to you. You are just fantastic, and I'll recommend you to everybody. And thank you to the folks that hosted you this evening. It's been very motivating, and thanks a million.
You're
Bye-bye.
very welcome. We've enjoyed it.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
I do want to ask one thing, Prepper Princess, about your troll collection.
Oh, that's not mine.
Really?
It's not. It's my girlfriend's. I would be more than. What would you like to know? I can bring her in here and she can answer it for you.
Well, I just happened to walk in the other night and Daryl was watching some of your videos, and it's like, holy moly, where'd you get a... See, one thing that I started doing, and I still have to send a few of them, our moderators, I have sent each of our moderators a troll. So they all have troll dolls. And see, she can't
see those.
She can't see these. We have
this. These are the
Oh,
trolls that keep out the trolls.
These are the
Let me
trolls. These
grab
are
Molly.
mine.
She might want to play like a trading game or something.
Well, I've had 2 of these since I was a teenager.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get her.
Okay.
Molly.
TJ dehydrates hot sauce. How do you dehydrate hot sauce, TJ?
Come on, it's okay. They're nice. Please. Okay. She said no, guys.
That's fine. That's fine.
She does not like being on camera. Sometimes
fine.
I've been able to build up her ego and get her to step in front of the camera, like very rarely. But usually she's like, no, I don't wanna. I don't know them.
I understand. I truly do. We have a question for you, though. Do you use any of your dehydrated food? And if so, what?
Any of mine? I have used it in the past. So I've used the mashed potatoes. The mashed potatoes are really good. I've used the dehydrated potato shreds, which is like hash brown potatoes. I've used the peanut butter. I've used the milk. And the backpacking foods I use on a regular basis. So I've got, you saw the number 10 cans. I also have Mountain House backpacking pouches. And I go hiking a lot, so I take those with me all the time. And I just replenish them once I run out.
Well, and I'm sure you can probably see on the screen, though, that we are Thrive Life consultants here. So if you ever need some more, you just look us up.
Yeah, I'll definitely get in contact with you guys if I run out. Do you guys have anything that, like, I know I have a couple of Thrive Lives, but I never open those. But each of the number 10 can companies always seem to have different things, like different recipes and different fruits. So I have some Thrive Life, but I haven't looked at their website in a while because I don't really have enough space. But I'll definitely give it another once over pretty soon.
Yeah, Thrive Life has specials every month.
Oh, okay.
So I can, yeah, Rosanna, it was last year that they were popular. I'll stick with that. So I can go ahead and send you the flyer. I'll do that. I'll try to remember tonight, and you can just look through it if you want.
Well, here we'll take 30 seconds so they can see the December sales.
Well, hey folks, while that's cooking, I had to sneak in here and just tell you,
I can't
you've never
see
had
them.
Thrive Life? Just hop on over to thrivelife.com/2family-homestead and get you some. It's doggone good. Plus, it helps
I love
the channel.
that talking dog.
Thanks.
That's my Smudge. He's
Where is Smudge now?
He's downstairs sleeping.
Oh.
With his brother and sisters. His daddy is a huge white, or was a huge white Great Pyrenees, and his mother is a humongous, beautiful Saint Bernard.
I'm not familiar with the Pyrenees. I don't think I ever saw the Pyrenees in your videos. Maybe I wasn't looking at the right.
You'll very seldom see the girls.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to rehome the 2 girls not due to the dogs. It's just our medical issues. We have 5. We have 5. Pretty soon we'll be down to 4, unfortunately. But yeah, Smudge makes Grizz hungry. You're not getting Smudge, Grizz.
I think Smudge on his back legs is probably taller than Grizz.
Yes, Rosanna, Smudge is his real name. When I picked him out from all the pups she had, my first thought was, because all my dogs have, all the animals start with an S. And my first initial thought was I was going to name it Salty. I knew it was a boy. My father's nickname when he worked for the salt company was Salty. So that's what I wanted. But when we went to pick him up and I got him in the van on the way home, it's like it just didn't fit. But he had a smudge. And he still has it, but he had this little black mark right on his cheek, and it looked like somebody had a piece of coal or something, and it just dirt, and it just smudged it. And that was it. It stuck. And he is the youngest of all the 5, and he is the biggest. And he drools the most.
You know, it's funny, we have a rule in our family that all of our dogs have to have an S sound in it. like all yours started with an S. Ours have to have a S
sound in it. Oh, that's cool.
When I got Rocky, he was already named, so I couldn't change it. But we had Scudder, Crystal, Skeeta, Simba, and then Rocky.
Cool. And then Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Shadow is my first, and she's 15, and she's not doing she's going downhill real fast. So we have Shadow, and then we rescued Sam from down the street. I don't even remember what his real name was when we got him, but it just didn't stick. I didn't like it.
He wasn't well taken care of.
Yeah, so Samson, I call him Sam. Then New Year's Day, 4 years ago, Daryl took me for a ride and went to look at one dog, came home with two. That was Sassy and Sadie. And then Smudge came along. And then my orange cat is Mr. Sugar. Yeah.
So anyway, you know it's getting kind of late, so I think it's about time here. Folks, we want to thank everybody for coming here this evening. We've enjoyed having you, and we certainly enjoyed having Prepper Princess join us here this evening. We'd love to do it again sometime in the future.
Sure. Just let me know.
So, anything else?
Let's just look at some of Grizz's names.
You got something special later this week. What is that?
Me?
No, Sherry does.
Saturday. We're gonna put up a video on Thursday. Saturday we are going to do a giveaway because this whole week is Hanukkah for us. So Saturday we are going to give away, and I thought I had it right here, and I don't. A Dining on a Dime cookbook. The main requirement is you have to be a subscriber of ours and a subscriber of Living on a Dime. And we'll put all that information in the video. But there will be that, and there will be another goodie to give away. Those will be our Hanukkah gifts.
Yeah, Living on a Dime, they're just a smidgen away from 100,000.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so we're trying to help them out a little bit also. So if you're interested in getting one of those, or like I said, watch our video that comes out probably Thursday. We'll be putting another book in there. So thank you everyone who stopped tonight.
White Picket Fence, yes, we can certainly get a link to her channel in the chat here. I'm sorry, I didn't train Smudge for tonight.
Grizz, can you grab her link for me? I know that Country Girl or Little Creek. I know you two are still. There we go. Thank you, Vicky.
Okay.
Okay, so I hang up? I don't.
No, you stay with us.
Stay
with
us.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Oh.
You're fine.
You all set?
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks so much for being here. We will see you tomorrow night for the Filmora class if you want to do that, and if not, we will see you maybe later this week for our giveaway. And if not that, we'll see you next Monday night. So have a great week, folks. Thanks for coming.